Okay guys, if you still any doubts, please tell me, then I will explain one more time. Okay, in SCD type 3 we are maintaining a partial history based on the original information and current information based on the effective date. So this current information active based on the this effective date, that is the it is going to represent the SCD type 3. So advantage means it won't increase the table size here also, because there is not adding a new records. Okay, if any data is modified, but we are maintaining the only partial history here. Disadvantage means we are not maintaining the full history in this one, this logic. Clear guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are going to discuss the dimension types. Okay, dimension types we are going to discuss. Okay, so there are different types of dimensions are there. So what are the dimension types we are going to discuss? First one will be conformed dimension. So what is meant by conformed dimension? So conformed dimension is nothing but the whenever the dimension table is there, any dimension table, we are going to use more than one fact table. Okay, any dimension table we are going to use in more than one fact table. Those kind of dimensions we called as a conformed dimensions. Okay, means I'm going to explain here. For example, take the date dimension. This is the date dimension. Okay, so I'm going to write the date dimension, date underscore dim underscore date. Okay, dim underscore date. What are the columns are there here? Example, date ID, date, day, something, week ID, something like that. The information will be there in the dim date table. So this is a dimension table, one of the dimension table. This dimension I am going to use into the multiple fact tables. For example, I am going to use in the fact sales table. I am going to use into the inventory fact table. Okay, so we will take the inventory. This is a sales fact underscore sales. Okay, so here is the we are going to write a date ID, product ID, customer ID, or quantity, amount. So like that it will be there. So here also same fact underscore inventory, fact underscore inventory. Here also will be there date ID, product ID, store ID, or location ID, or beginning of the inventory, end of the inventory. So like that it will be their data. So here you can see guys. So this date ID dimension table we are going to use the day here and here. The same dimension table we are going to use in the fact inventory. Means the dimension table we are going to use more than one fact table. Dimension table we are going to use in more than one fact table. Those kind of dimensions we call as a conformed dimensions. Okay, those kind of dimensions we call as a conformed dimension. For example, take the customer table, customer dimension. Take the customer dimension, dim underscore customer. Okay, so customer only related to the sales only. What is the transaction generated by using the customer? Okay, so then it's going to generate the sales. The customer doesn't want how many stocks are there, what is the stock, how many stocks are sold. Okay, still how many are pending. That is irrelevant to the customer. If your stock is available, then you can go and purchase. That's it. If stock is not available, then it is out of stock. So you can't do anything, right? So that is the reason customer is only responsible for the sales relation interaction. Customer table and sales table only there is a relationship interaction will be there. So no, there is no other fact tables. Customer table only sales only it will be interaction. Okay. So here will be customer ID, name, address, something fields are there. So this customer ID, I'm going to give the join between okay, but this customer only I'm going to use in the sales table only. I'm not using anywhere any other fact tables. There is no relation between the fact tables. Only the customer is relation only with the sales only. So that is the reason this dim customer is not a conformed dimension. We are going to use only one single fact table, this one. But come to the dim date, dim product, dim location, these kind of dimension tables are going to use into the more than one fact tables. Clear guys? If the dimension table we are going to use in more than one fact table, those kind of dimensions we call as a conformed dimensions. Clear guys? Any doubts here? What is meant by conformed dimension? The dimension which is used more than one fact table is called as a conformed dimension. Okay. Product dimension is related to order fact and sales fact or inventory fact. Okay. So product dimension is a conformed dimension. Date dimension is a conformed dimension. Location is a conformed dimension. But customer is not a conformed dimension because of the customer is only related to the sales only. There is no other facts with the relations. Clear guys? Clear what is conformed dimension? Okay. Next, come to the junk dimension and degenerated dimension. These two we are going to talk. What is meant by junk dimension? So as of now, in the fact table, what we are going to store, I told the fact table, what kind of information is going to store?
Aggregated information, numerical.
Yeah, numerical data. Along with the numerical data, I explained along with the numerical data.
Reference keys.
Yeah, it's going
Reference
to store
keys.
the
Dimensional table reference
keys means foreign keys. Okay, that is what I explained in the till now. Yeah. Okay. So this is a sales table. Fact underscore sales. Fact underscore sales. Okay. So here what I have mentioned, here will be product ID is there. These are the reference keys. Date ID is there. Okay. And then customer ID is there. Okay. And then location, maybe store ID, location ID. So these are the reference keys, foreign keys. Okay. Dimension table reference keys is nothing but the foreign key of the fact table. Okay. These are the foreign keys. Next will be quantity, numerical data. So quantity, amount, profit. So these are the numerical data. So this is what we explained till now. So the fact table is going to store the numerical data along with the foreign keys. But now I am going to explain. So it is going to load some junk data also. Textual description of the data also is going to load into the fact table. Okay, those are the junk dimensions. Those are the junk dimensions. So junk dimension is there is no related to the any of the dimension table. It's not related to the any of the dimension table. The junk dimension attribute is going to store into the fact tables. Okay, for example, transaction flag. One is the I'm going to write the transaction flag and then action code. Example, I'm going to check the action code. Means So whatever the transaction we generated, that transaction will be successful or not. For example, whenever you enter the credit card details or debit card details, whenever you are doing the transaction, sometimes it will be declined or sometimes it will be failed due to the network issue, or you may give the incorrect details. Okay, but the transaction will be failed. But transaction is happened, transaction number is generated. Okay, everything is generated. Okay, what are the orders we have selected? All orders on the same day, the customer name will be there, location is there, everything information will be there, but the transaction is declined, right? So that kind of information also is going to store into the table. We are going to capture those kind of things. So we have to know why it's failed, those kind of records, why the transaction is failed, it's not successful. Okay, if you want, you can take your orders history. So it will show the which are the transactions successful, which are the transactions are cancelled, which are will be declined. All the information will be there in your history. So same like that here also, they're going to load that some codes or flags in a fact table. Those things we call as a junk dimensions, junk dimension attributes. Okay, we'll see what is the exact definition. A junk dimension is a collection of random transactional codes or flags or text attributes that are unrelated to any of the particular dimension table. Means this kind of information we are not going to store into the any of the dimension table. So dimension table is nothing but the textual attributes of the data, textual description of the data I told. Okay, but here also we are going to store the textual description. For example, action code means whatever the transaction you have done, the transaction is successful, yes, true. But whatever the transaction you have done, that is a sales transaction or return sales or promo sales, exchange sales, clearance sales, like that there are so many sales are there, right? For example, now you have done the transaction is successful, and then you place the one transaction, maybe after some time, so your product will be received, but you don't like that product, you are given the return. Means the transaction already deducted the amount, right, from your account deducted, and then the vendor account, the client account is going to credit that amount first. Again, if you are rejected the return that product, means what happened, they have to deduct their amount from their account and then it has to credit to your account.